People who have those high levels of narky and toxic traits are absolutely infuriating to deal with, as I'm sure you know. Those with the tendencies and the clear signs of having the disorder seem to never grow up and evolve into functioning adults. This is a very trauma-based disorder, and it can emotionally stunt people and stop them from basically growing up. That being said, here are a few things that narcissists remain completely stunted and clueless about, even though they are adults. Number 1, they're clueless about the act of self-reflection. And I have been wanting to talk about this a lot lately. The lack of self-reflection that narcissistic people have is incredibly disturbing to me. We know narcs lack maturity, they lack the emotional maturity, and those of us who have grown up and matured have the ability to self-reflect. We see how we are acting, how we're behaving, and how it can negatively or positively affect other people. We can also be honest with ourselves about how we're thinking and how we're feeling. Having the ability to self-reflect is what helps us learn from our experience. We learn what to do or not to do, respectively, and it helps us know what to do in the future. Not reflecting back allows the narcissist to keep denying things about themselves that they don't like. It also allows them to overlook the shame that they feel. Most narcs are completely incapable of self-reflection, and this is the part I really want to get into. It seems to me that in a lot of situations, these folks really, truly cannot seem to understand what happens when you don't want to have anything to do with them anymore. It really boggles my mind that they don't see that their behavior is toxic, controlling, manipulative, and destructive, just to name a few things, really. And they're clueless when people walk away from them and don't want to keep in any contact. I recently came across a situation where a person had a very toxic family and a very toxic home life. This person was constantly told they weren't good enough, they weren't doing good enough, they didn't have a good enough job, basically that they were a failure. This person was being overlooked and ignored by the family when they weren't being completely backed into a corner and bullied. And there's a lot more to this situation, of course, but I'm not going to share all of that. But long story short, this person decided to separate from their family. They decided it was an unhealthy environment and they got out. They got into a relationship, they moved away, they landed a good job. And once this happened, the person cut off contact with some of their family members. They began to feel better. They weren't being mocked, made fun of, and manipulated anymore. This person began to thrive, as what usually happens when we move away from toxic people. And after months, the family began reaching out, trying to pry into every aspect of this person's life. However, instead of directly reaching out through social media or just picking up the phone, they chose to stalk the person's social media, gossip amongst themselves about things. It all finally boiled over, and here the family felt put out by this person, as narcissistic people tend to do. And this person was baffled. Why would they want to keep in touch with family who crushed their dreams? A family who not only didn't help this person, but helped themselves to this person financially, along with the belittling and bullying. This is what I'm talking about when I say lack of self-reflection. Toxic, narcissistic people, they bully. They push others around, they demand, and they want to control, but then wonder why people leave and choose not to have any further interactions. They're really confused why they don't get those updates. Well, why would you? You've made this person feel terrible. In a lot of cases, not just this one. Not only is there no self-reflection from narcissists, but the narc becomes angry and resentful. They feel as if they've done so much to help the person, when in reality, again, they have not. They've helped themselves to that person. They say they've always cared about this person. They really went out of their way for him. This whole thing is absolutely wild to me. And I know that this story I shared has millions more that are identical to it. Number 2, narcs are clueless that they're not special. People who have high levels of narcissism truly believe that they're one of a kind. They're on a different level than anybody else. And this can lead to a list of immature, sad, and very misplaced ideas about themselves. Lots of narcs feel like they don't need to follow the rules. They're above the rules. Rules? What are you talking about? Those don't apply. Their entitlement means they can do whatever they want. Similarly, most of them believe there's no consequences for whatever rules they do break anyway. They won't be taking that accountability nor that responsibility. The inner voice of a narcissist attempts to reassure them that they're never wrong about anything, and they also certainly reassure themselves that they won't be third degreed and that they don't need to answer anyone's questions. Seeing as that they're above everyone else, naturally it's everybody else who needs to step up, get themselves together, and of course change. Narcissists like things just the way they are, and in this delusion, they believe they're special and perfect. Therefore, it's you and everyone else who has the problem. If you'd like to get some counseling and coaching one-on-one with me and have a place to vent and to share your story with a survivor, you can visit jess-stanley.square.site. The link is down in the description for you. The services I offer, more information as well, is available there on the site. If you have further questions or you want information, or if you want to schedule immediate sessions, things like that, you can send an email to bookachatwithjess@gmail.com. Number 3, narcs are absolutely clueless about reality. Those who are super narky live in their own little version of events in their own little reality that they have created around them. And a lot of this stems from and circles around denial of the truth and the narcissist coming in with their own revisionist history. And this is how they're really choosing to see things. There are other tools that they can use in order to completely change and distort reality. There's gaslighting, minimization, rationalizing, and of course, they have delusions of grandeur where they feel like they're basically superior to everyone. Reality and the truth will always be hidden, denied, and overlooked. The truth hurts a narcissist, and they choose not to engage in that. They remain clueless and ignorant as much as they can while spinning webs of lies to make things seem that everything's going exactly the way it needs to. Number 4, narcs are positively clueless about how much everyone around them actually does. Unable to see the way they behave or how absolutely insufferable they are, they also have no idea how much others have to deal with and how much they're putting other people through. They don't realize there are a lot of people who avoid them, a lot of people who placate them to shut them up and keep them happy. They don't realize there are people who pretend to be happy with them, stay in relationships with them, or remain friends with them just to not have to deal with the wrath of an unsatisfied narc. They also don't realize how hard a lot of people work to pay for them if they don't feel like they have to work. They have no idea how much people shield them from the real world because nobody can hurt their little itty-bitty feelings. People are protecting them from the real world, reality, and uncomfy situations. They're often babied and coddled. And you might have even been in a situation or seen a situation where there was the person where you could never give them bad news. Everything had to be watered down, swept under the rug, beaten around the bush, tiptoeing around it, or you knew this person would flip out, act completely out of control, and probably just make everything worse. Number 5, narcs are clueless about their victims. Most of them have what's called the victim narrative. You've heard it, you've seen it. I remember being in my relationship and thinking, wow, nobody has worse luck than this person. Everything's always bad and wrong. Everyone's working against them and out to get them, and they do so much for people, and everyone just abandons them, and they're complete and utter victims. They're also always just the victim of circumstance. They're put in horrible situations, and so on and so forth. I mean, it worked on me exactly as it was supposed to. I gave more attention and more sympathy. It's a very common ploy they use to help to get the sympathy, supply, and support. Narcs never come to terms with the fact that they're dealing with probably some serious trauma they went through, but they don't even realize they're handling things so badly that they're abusing others and making other people just completely miserable. All they can see is how they're wronged, they've been overlooked, they've been abandoned, they've been left out, neglected, or even pushed so hard to do something where they would fail. And this is how they behave, like the complete and utter victim, completely unaware of the victims they're creating around them. Number 6, narcs are clueless that they are depressing. I don't care how big their superiority complex looks to be. These are sad, depressed, self-loathing people when you get right down to it. No one who feels good and secure within themselves would need to push other people around, to bully, to hurt, to threaten, to use scare tactics. The only people who do things like that are those who feel low and powerless. These people are extremely negative and incredibly depressing. They talk shit about other people, they're blabbermouths, they're gossips, making things up. And along with all of this negativity, there are people that they have circling around them all the time. And they also project and push those negative feelings onto others. And this is where they might tell you that you're mean, you're depressing, you're negative, you're angry, you have a problem with your temper. They might say, hey, you're the Debbie Downer, you need medication, as they try to dispense all the shit they don't like feeling onto you, the things they might not even be aware that they're feeling or why they're feeling that way. They again push all that on to everyone else, doing all this trying to convince others that they're negative. And yet again, we have now cycled right back around to them doing this shows any kind of reflection or hell awareness. It's just not there, and it just doesn't exist. So are there other things that narcs are completely clueless about? You and I both know that there are, because otherwise this video would go on all day. So tell me about those things down in the comments. Thank you so much for listening. Please like the video if it was helpful. Please, I invite you to subscribe to help keep my channel growing. Thanks so much for listening today. Have a great day, Survivor, and take care of yourself.